What up, guys? This is Raymond Ironbody McKinney. And today I want to talk about you can still manifest. Yes, you can still manifest. You can still deliberately manifest even in your current reality, such as maybe a job you do not like or anything like that. Maybe you've heard some of these people talk about if you want to live your dreams, you got to put yourself in a risky situation. Got to put everything on hold. Quit, leave your job unexpectedly and just go after this thing. I don't recommend that. In fact, I find that's pretty stupid. To quit your job, things that you know that income is coming from. It's pretty much, I find it, in my opinion, I think it's stupid to, unless if you deep down know that this is what you want. If you quit your job because it's some deep gutted feeling that says something to you like you need to quit this job, and then just put, others may say, well, this guy's putting himself in a risky situation. But for the mass majority of people, for many people, mass majority, don't quit your job. Do not quit your job. In fact, there's a better approach to deliberate manifesting than to quit your job and put everything on hold and then just affirm your way that you're already becoming this person. When you're doing a job, say, that you don't really like, that you're only doing it just to support yourself, to function, to have money come in, to have food on the table, all these things, you need to do that. For the mass majority, I'm going to say this message that do not quit your job. Do not do these things. If it doesn't resonate with you to quit your job out of the blue, don't do that. And it's like the way I manifest. Like, I have a job. I'm not one to, and always attempt to seek the positive, the optimistic side of in any position you're in, even if you hate it. There is always something that you can perceive differently. If you have a job that you don't like, attempt to find there's something positive going in it. I'm not saying to be fake positive. I'm just saying, just become aware of your surroundings. It's like, okay, maybe people who hate this job or whatever, or just hate these things that they're doing. They think, and maybe some people think, why are they doing it anyway? It's like, that's how they think about only receiving money. But with deliberate manifesting, you can still do your job, even if you hate it. And you can still manifest as you're doing things right now. The necessities, like receiving money from a known source. And all these things. Now, the problem comes when, you stay in a job that you hate and it's like you just don't do anything. When you always have negative self-talk about your job, like, God, my job sucks. Everyone treats me like crap. I'm never going to get a raise. I'm always working harder because money's starting to drop and all these things, guys. These are literally, everything outside of us reflects what's going on within us, relatively speaking. It's all about perspective, guys. Literally change your perspective in life. Change the way you perceive things. And the things around you must relatively change and conform to your relative image, perception. And when you do that, you don't have to, just realize everything starts from within. Everything that's outside of you is a direct reflection of what's being reflected relatively within yourself. We're just selecting viewpoint. We're just selecting different perspectives in life, guys. We're not controlling anything outside of us. We're just only changing the way we perceive things. We're from down here. And then it projects outward and mirrors back to us relatively. Kind of like maybe a holographic effect. There's no accidents. So when I share this message here, I want to share this with especially for the mass majority of people. Especially when you have things that are necessary, and it's like completely stupid to. I find it's stupid to tell someone, "Hey, quit your job and do these things." Don't do. Do not listen to someone. Do not take advice from someone if you don't resonate with that person. Yeah, listen with an open mind, or him or her with an open mind, but do not do what he or she says if it doesn't resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that's on you. But my suggestion: stick with your job. Stick with any job, even if you don't necessarily like it. Always always perceive it. There's something you're getting out of it every moment. When you perceive differently, your actions, your physical actions, and behaviors, literally, they mirror what you image, what you put in, what you perceive is how your body reacts, and the world around you reflects what's going on within your behaviors. Relatively. So, don't quit your job. Because even if someone says like, God, even if they're in the perception of they hate this job and they move on to something else, they basically get the similar situations because they haven't changed the way they perceive life. And that's why their circumstances seem to repeat in similar relative patterns. No accidents, guys. Nothing's random, because when we say things that, well, it would happen anyway, it's random, it's just kind of a random occurrence, that's how we perceive it. When we perceive things as luck, coincidence, random, all these things, that's what's going to appear to us relative to us. So there's no one luckier than you. There's no one more genetically gifted than all you, and all that. Those are assumptions. And our assumptions reveal our relative experiences. So, literally, you could be someone, if you change the way you perceive yourself in relation to money, for example, you could literally be, it's possible that you can make more money at McDonald's than at, say, like a professor at Harvard. Like the best hard, rock solid, hard evidence at Harvard. You can make more money at McDonald's, guys. If you change the way you perceive money, that money's just literally like coming into you like leaves. You can make more money at McDonald's than Harvard. I know that sounds really paradoxical. I know it seems like it makes no sense. But it's how you perceive things, guys. There's plenty of money that goes around in the world. There's plenty of food. And I know there's people that are I know there's people that struggle. Maybe like homeless people having signs saying that they need food or money and all this stuff. But it all comes down to they perceive themselves like in their, and I'm not judging. I'm just saying I still bless those people anyway. But for you, when you're listening to this message right now, don't because like when some people put themselves in risky situations, and they thought, God, I should have never done that. And that's why I always recommend to always, where you know where money's coming into, say your job right now. If you know money's coming through that way, do not quit your job. Ooh, bless me. But yeah, don't quit your job because I find it's not sustainable for everyone. But yeah, if you have the gut, I'm not imposing my beliefs on you guys. I'm just sharing my perspectives and showing the best way to approach deliberate manifesting. You can live the best of both worlds. Deliberate manifesting. I think of it as just like phase in this greater lifestyle, this more abundant lifestyle. Even in your current position right now, you do not have to leave your job. You do not have to put yourself in risky situations. You just have to change the way you perceive things. The way your job, literally right now, you could literally get a raise. I got a raise. My money went up just by changing the way I perceive things without even asking the person. Because I am I relate this to Greg Braden's one of his lectures where he showed an experiment where he took human DNA and put in this vacuum thing. And when they put the photons, it showed that the photons acted randomly. But when the DNA was placed in the vacuum, the photons aligned just like the DNA. The photons in the DNA corresponded to the photons projected outward on the screen space. And when the DNA was taken out, it's as if the photons still remained, as if the DNA is still there. Photons themselves, guys, they don't move. Photons themselves have no power in themselves. There must be a conscious perceiver. Change the way you perceive things, and then those photons must change. Our bodies, everything in this universe, guys, must relatively reflect and mirror how we perceive ourselves, honestly perceive ourselves in relation to a certain desire. Money, it must come to you. It must. It's an absolute must. And this is backed up by science. Like, I think that's a great experiment with DNA, where our DNA literally affects the way we perceive life. Some people may not believe it, but according to that experiment, that's what it showed. It's like, hey, why not perceive for the best? Assume for the best. If you desire more money to come in, you can have more money come in. Money could literally show up from anywhere, guys. Not just your job. It could literally show up on the street somewhere. Like when I was younger, I remember I found a $20 bill one time. Like, this is before I understood about conscious manifesting and all that. Probably I had a subconscious assumption back then that's like, hey, I'll find a $20 bill. Unconsciously, I probably assumed it. And that just showed up. So, no accidents, guys. Just the way you perceive things. Money could literally show up. Through a stimulus check, through an increase in tips, your paycheck raise, just anything. You can manifest a relationship. That person must mirror how you view yourself in relation to that person. So, that's all I gotta say, guys. Don't quit your job. Don't quit your day job. Don't quit your night job. Whatever. Just think of it as like you're phasing into another state of consciousness. That this thing's appearing into your life. And this is very practical. I'm sharing this as practical as I can. It's not this woo kind of way of thinking. It's I literally want to share this to let people know that we can literally experience greater things in our lives, more abundance in our lives, rather than put ourselves in risky situations. We don't have to make ourselves sick. We don't have to put ourselves in this forced position of just like, we gotta grind hard and take massive, painful action, all this stuff. It's not true, guys. That's ignorant. I find that ignorant. And it's you got to approach deliberate manifesting methodically. Not in a delusional way, but in a way where you can still do things that need to be done. So, I hope this video helps, and I bless you all, and happy manifesting.